Good morning, traders. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris from Elite Currency. And before we take a look at the markets, I wanted to let you know that if you're interested in simple wave analysis, trading the waves without necessarily counting them, check out ecs.SWAT. This link right here explains how the proprietary SWAT candles, SWAT tools do that for me, and I explain all of that in the course. All right, first of all, the euro dollar still pushing strong and still bullish, still riding above this 21 EMA. And I was definitely bullish on the the euro dollar, and it has hit the first target I had in mind, which is 114. Now, will it continue? I think for the moment it's a little bit overstretched. I think that it could make a retracement first. You can see it's kind of building a little bit of a rising wedge pattern. It is continuing higher, but slowly. It looks corrective, therefore. And I think a retracement first and then a continuation up to the main target of 115 is more likely at this point. You can see that price is in a very strong momentum. Look how many candles have pulled away from that 21 EMA. That's already 20 candles. So that shows a lot of momentum, a lot of impulse at this point. I think this could be some type of wave 3, therefore. So let's go back to that hourly chart. And what I'm looking for is a retracement to a fib. Let's say that this is a wave 1, 2, 3. So let's put a fib from here to here for the moment. Okay. What I'm looking for is a mild retracement, 23.6, 38.2 fib. All those could be bouncing spots for a continuation higher and a continuation with this trend. Back to the 4-hour chart. All right, and then if we get that retracement, next target is the minus 272 target at 114.40. After that, we're aiming, or I'm aiming at least, or hopefully the euro dollar is aiming at that 115 level, the minus 61.8 target. So that's the thought I have at the moment. Pullback continuation. Eventually, price will also even pull back to this 21 EMA on the 4-hour chart as well, by the way. Not sure if it's going to happen now. It could be like a shallow pullback first, like this. Then a move up to the minus 272 target. Then maybe a bigger pullback into the 21 EMA, and then a move up to the 115, for instance. All right, now what happens at 115? I do expect some kind of bearish reaction. Main question is how big and how severe for the moment. If we look at this, there are different ways of looking at it. One could see 5 waves completed here, for instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down here, or perhaps like I did last time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here in A, B, C. That's also possible. In any case, 115 is the main target for now. But if that breaks, then 117.50 will be the next kind of major level to think about. All right. But for the moment, bullish candles on the weekly and the daily as well. So I don't see anything changing soon on this euro dollar. If the downside takes place, then I think it will just be a retracement. If it pushes up right away, because there's no guarantee that a rising wedge will necessarily be, create the retracement immediately. Then the bullish breakout would be, first of all, aiming for the minus 272 target, or I should say 114.40 for the moment. I think that could be the next level to where price could move to, but also bounce at for that retracement at a higher spot, though, right? Not right in the way, but at a later moment, we might get that retracement too. So instead of this, we will get maybe this, and then we'll get the retracement back down, and then a continuation higher. All right, let's move over to the pound. Pound dollar also made a huge move up, very impulsive, very momentum, a lot of momentum, and looks like 5 waves have been completed though, so it's a little bit different than the euro dollar. Let's put that fib from here to here. There we go. And looks like here wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could be some type of wave A. And I'm expecting some type of wave B now, and then up for wave C. ABC zigzag is what I'm expecting at this moment. But you never know, of course, if the price does break above 127.75-ish, then it could just be an extension of the uptrend. Difficult to say how far it can go up. In my view, this upside is 5 waves have been completed. So I'm leaning towards an ABC pattern, but I'm not really interested in trading either way at this moment. Even this downside is risky. I think counter trend at this moment, even despite the massive trend we've had so far to the downside, trading it here to the downside after such a strong move up, maybe not the best thing. What I would probably rather do is for price to clearly break below the 21 EMA, hook back to it, and then bounce. That would be okay in my view, because then price has broken below the support, using that support again as resistance. And then I think there is space down to the 50 and the 61.8 zones. In that case, we might be looking at some type of ABC for W, ABC for X, and then ABC down maybe for Y to complete the bigger that bigger ABC I just talked about. So in that case, I might consider a short if we get a break, pullback, continue, but down, very modest targets, down to the 50, 61.8 fibs, because those could easily be bouncing spots. Okay, right here, I'm leaning towards down, but not enough for me to trade it. If it does move down, I think the 38 is the main level to think about, the main target, which could be a bouncing spot, and there could be some head and shoulders like this taking place. All right, and then price could move down again. On a higher time frame, we could also have a head and shoulders like this, left head, shoulder, right head. There we go. So if price does move down, now you know why I'm looking for a bounce up. And on the weekly chart, you can see we had strong bullish candle right at the previous support. So at this moment, a bigger ABC to the upside is becoming more likely. A bigger bullish corrective pattern is starting to, I think, be the most dominant outlook at this point. So that could indicate a bigger potential for upside than for downside, despite the downtrend that we've had on this pound dollar. Okay, the alternative could still be that this is a wave 4, so we got to be careful. Let's take a look at that scenario and put a fib from here to here, for instance. And you can see another reason why this could be a bouncing spot, by the way, is at the 38.2 fib. So if this is a wave 4, that would be a very likely bouncing spot for move down, and either it turns into a triangle or price moves up to the 50 fib at that 128.50 zone. All right, so if there is a zigzag, 128.40, 128.50 would be the target. So all in all, to make things a little bit simpler, I think it is a bouncing spot. But for me to trade it, I need to see break, pullback, continuation, and I would trade it to the downside. I would also be interested in trading it to the upside, anywhere at these deeper fibs. All of that after candlestick confirmations, and also at this 50 fib back for downside. This immediate bullish break, I am not interested in trading, to be honest, because I think that the 5 waves have been completed. But let me check that again on the hourly chart. Yeah, it could be that maybe on a 15-minute chart, this is a wave 1, 2, 3. This could be wave 4, and we're making maybe one more higher high for wave 5 of wave 5. But that doesn't really not look that interesting for me. I would not trade that small push up. So I'll skip that. All right, that's it from my perspective, at least. So hope that helps. But I'm keeping an eye on specifically the euro dollar after retracement for the moment. And wish you all good trading. Once again, if you're interested in knowing more about patterns, chart patterns, price patterns, a little bit about wave patterns, but also the method I use for tackling the market, all right, which is not something you see often because I just give you plain analysis based on a few moving averages. So you don't see often the proprietary method in these videos, but I think you would enjoy it. I think you would like to see how these waves develop based on the software that I use. So if you're interested to find out more information, at least check out this link. In any case, once again, good trading. Talk to you soon. Cheers.